Dave, tell us what your procedure was and how you really got into it.
Well, there were so many dogs in the class each sex at one time that I split the bitches into
This is best
6
breed
groups of
competition,
7 so that I could judge them in an
judges
increment
chosen to
that I
judge
could deal
his
with.
bitches first
And
bitch
I
in
did
line,
all the individuals.
champion
I would bring in a group at a
Acre
time
Brandy.
and do the individuals, send them out of the ring, and then bring them back in one group at a time and choose the better ones in each group and keep those
First
and
up,
then
best of
send
breed
the others down to
competition
the other
bitches.
end of the ring where they would later be
Champion
excused
Brio's
from.
Acre Brandy.
It was quite something seeing all those
Champion
nice
Survivals
animals in at one
running
time.
on air by
This is a very
Survivals
nice bitch
Cool
here who
Deed
went
out of
select.
Survivals on Trons.
A very nice mover, running on air.
Best of breed competition bitches. Champion
You
Survivals.
can see that she's
running
following
on
through
air.
real well in the rear. She's got a good front. And a very nice animal.
This was another select, I think.
Yeah, this was a select. In fact, this first group
Champion
had about 4
Clayfield,
selects
Zahara,
in it.
Castlehill.
This is a beautiful bitch,
HTTC,
Zahara of
by Champion
Castlehill.
Jericho's Gatnow,
Very nice
TC,
bitch.
HT, ROM, out of Clayfield, Showcrest,
Very
Vanity
typey.
Fair. Champion Clayfield, Zahara v. Castlehill, HTTC. Champion Carob's
And this
Tina
is,
of Bihari.
Champion
by
Carob's
Champion
Tina of
Woodhills
Bihari.
in search of ROM,
Another select
out of
bitch.
Champion
This
Carob's
group, as I said,
Kenya
this
of
first group
Virgin.
really had some nice bitches in it. She was also, I'm told, the maturity Victrix. And she's quite a nice bitch. Keeps her feet close to the ground. And she's just an example of the quality that exists in this show. These bitches, this bitch class was just
Champion
full of quality.
Carob's Tina of Bihari.
In fact, the whole specials entry was very high quality, in my opinion.
In comparison with previous years, do you think we've stepped
Champion
up a little bit?
Sandmar,
I think we have. Now,
Sabrina
maybe it
of
was
Joel.
because I was judging and
By
I got
award
a
of
different view of it
excellence,
than I
select
do from the
Champion
stand or
Bradwell's
from the
Jake Stewart
sidelines.
Joel, CD,
But
out of Reicher,
it wasn't just my
Monogram,
opinion,
Rumor
but several
has
other
it.
people had commented about the quality that we had this year. I hope it's an indication of the fact that we're improving. I know that there are a lot of good young dogs out there in the country, and I was glad to see some of
Champion
those dogs
Sandmar,
in
Sabrina
this
of
specials
Joel.
entry.
Champion
This is a
Debonair,
real
Scarlet
high-quality
Letter
bitch. She was also select.
by Canston's Jim
Uh,
Dandy. out of
Debonair's
Andrew's
Scarlet
Surprise
Letter.
Olympus,
She's a
ROM.
beautiful bitch, about 5 years old, and she's got the maturity that you don't see in the younger bitches. It just gives them a special look when they've got that nice, mature look to them. I liked her quite a bit, and she's a very nice
Champion
mover.
Debonair's Scarlet Letter.
There she goes. She's really fired here.
Champion Canston's Britain, PT.
Well, early in the
By
day, I
Lighters,
guess everybody was all kind of
Firecracker,
revved up,
TC,
so what you
ROM,
see
out of
early here in the
Heston's
morning will be a little
Mahogany.
different as they get, I guess, a chance to side gate 3 or 4 times. And
Yeah, after they get down there and to stretch out a bit. See, they haven't really moved much at this
Champion
point, and
Canston's
I've
Britain,
sent them around.
PT.
On the individual, they went around the ring one time, which gives you a good look. I asked the handlers to show me a loose lead going down that side, and some of them did, some didn't, but it gives you a good idea of what they can do.
Well, there's a temperament
Pilgrim,
test.
Kelly, Jolly to Hill.
How did you find
HT,
temperament in general?
by Grand
I found the
Victory champion
temperament to be
Hickory
very
Middle
good,
School
and
girl,
actually I believe that the loose
ROM,
lead
out of Silver
examination
Hills,
is helping
something
us in that
special.
regard, because if dogs are not going to stand up to it, I think people aren't bringing
Pilgrim,
them.
Kelly, Jolly to Hill. HT.
But I do think that it's helped us. Now this is the Grand Victrix, or turned out to be the Grand
Champion
Victrix. Her
Lindenhill's
name is Champion
Voodoo Lily.
Lindenhill's Voodoo
By
Lily.
champion Rosewood's
I
Adonis
think
of
she's an
Van Isle,
excellent bitch.
out of Lindenhill's
The
Yakuza.
statement in our standard that describes a dog's movement as being that of a well-lubricated machine, and I think she really typifies that statement. As you'll see here when she goes on, shows you on the side gate. But she's really an exceptional animal in my book.
Champion Lindenhill.
She drives well,
Voodoo
opens the
Lily.
shoulder beautifully, beautiful follow through in the rear. A very fluid bitch, and you'll get to see more of her on this tape. This is another select bitch. We're into a
Utopia's
second
Blast
group here
from the
now.
past.
But
By champion Rohan's
a very nice
Glass
young
Palace,
bitch,
ROM,
and
out of Utopia's Safe
Utopia's
Alert.
Blast from the Past. Very typey. I'd like to see a little better
Champion
turn of croup,
Utopia's
but as you
Blast
can
from
see,
the
she's
Past.
coming well under herself, and she also has very good forehand.
Champion Hatterway's Crown Whirl by select champion Sherlow's junior
I'll
executive.
tell you, the
out of
quality ran
Dakota,
so deep in
Keystone,
these classes,
Alexandra.
Carmen, that it was really difficult to excuse some of them to get down to the final selects, because quality is
Champion
very high.
Hatterway, Crown
I was wondering,
Royal.
how'd you decide on 12, not 10, or...
Well, I had gotten down to about that
Champion
number. See, I
Schneiderhoff's
wouldn't
Neon Nights.
decide on exactly
Champion
12, but that
Schneiderhoff's
wasn't my
Black
plan.
Sabbath out of Monogram,
But
Glacier,
I feel
Woodland.
that if we give too many selects, like 20 or 25 or some ridiculous number, is that we dilute the value or the meaning of
Champion
select, so that it doesn't
Schneiderhoff's
have the meaning
Neon
that it would
Nights.
otherwise. And select does mean something, and the people really
Champion
are very
Toterhouse,
proud of their dog
Chablis,
getting
Evil
select.
Ways by champion
But if you give too many
Toterhouse,
of them,
Tennessee Jed, HT, out of
it's
In-Flight's
just going
Chablis,
to
Chablis.
weaken the value of, or the meaning of select.
Well, there was a lot of quality.
Champion
but if there was
Toterhouse,
one area that
Chablis,
bitch
Evil
breeders
Way.
would want to improve on, based on the ones that were entered, what would you recommend?
Champion Judson Zoe.
Well,
by
I
Award
think
of
the
Excellence,
quality,
select
I think
champion
that they
Bredwell
have
Jester of
improved
Joel
already quite a
CD,
bit.
out of Judson's
There are a few
Remember
weak
Me.
backs in there that I don't care for, and of course it's not good for the dog, the transmission
Champion
of power for the dog.
Judson's Zoe.
And there's some dogs that have, some entries that have very short steps in the front. They don't extend well, so they don't cover the ground well.
Champion
I would think
Caricos, Annie
more
Oakley.
emphasis on
By
shoulders
champion Asgard's Big
and
Deal
backs
Encore
would be an
out of
improvement.
Caricos, Roosevelt Sioux.
Surprisingly, the mouths were pretty good throughout the whole entry, which is something
Champion
that the
Caricos,
spectators
Annie
don't
Oakley.
see.
How about eye color and...
Well, the eyes are pretty good.
Champion Helmix Cleopatra
Nice dark eyes,
by
and
select
the
champion
big
Candy
majority of
Lane's
the
Master
dogs.
Charge, ROM, out
We've
of
done
champion
quite well
Cody
with
Tucker
that.
Hill, M&M Jiminy.
You know, we just haven't taught the dogs to go
Champion
down and
Helmix,
back straight.
Well, that's a good point. I think that's being demonstrated here, is that even though we have all these
Champion
talented,
Lee
high-priced
in-
handlers, is that they
by
don't always get the
select
dog
champion
to
Linter's Tiburon
go out and back
Chablis,
correctly.
out of Jerwin's Fresco.
That's probably partly due to, or great part of it is due to double handling, I would think.
Champion Lee Barland's Ginsey.
Well, here's another select
Champion
bitch.
Delta V Almanya.
Yeah, this is Champion Delta V Almanya, a beautiful colored black and red bitch. She's got quite a bit of leg under her, but she struck me as being rather light on the feet, and she's quite an easy mover. Covers a lot of ground, a lot of vigor to her.
Champion Delta V Almanya. Champion Kenya's Over the Rainbow, TC, by Select Champion Kendalane's Egoist, out of Champion Kenya's Hershey Chocolate Noel, CD.
You can see that the majority of these bitches are really quite nice. This one
Champion
again
Kenya's
has a slight
Over the
pound in
Rainbow,
the front.
TC.
With that nice
Champion
light background behind
Aztecs
them, you got a really
Close
good chance to
Dubois
look at
of
top lines
Aram.
and
Yeah,
reach
By
and
Champion
drive.
Aram's
that's true.
Pac-Man
That's why I
Beacon
asked the
out of
handlers to show me a loose
Aztecs
lead going
Priceless
down that
Jewel.
side. I didn't mean all the way, but just let me see the dog on it for a moment. And it can tell you a lot that they're not holding the dog up. There's a loose
Champion
lead
Aztecs
right there.
Close Dubois of Aram. Champion Utopia's
This is another
Cliche
select bitch.
by Champion Rohan.
I like this bitch a lot. Yeah, I judged the
ROM,
Midwest
out of
Futurity a
Utopia's
couple of years ago,
Singular
and she was
ROM.
the best in Futurity. And I was really pleased to see her here 2.5 years later, looking as good as she does. I like her a lot. I think she's a very nice package. She can move, and she's got the body and the substance, the overall quality, and I just like this
Champion
bitch.
Utopia's Cliche.
In fact, she's a sister to the Utopia's Blast from the Past bitch
Champion
that is also
Scarlet
select.
of Ganvi by Champion Suro's Smooth Operator, TC, out of Champion Franjo's Lexus of Norberg. Champion
Well,
Scarlet
the ring was certainly big
of
enough. And I
Ganvi.
noticed this year that we didn't have any cones out there.
No, they didn't provide any, and I didn't ask
Champion
for them. I
Winsom's
didn't really
Murphy
feel that I
Arrow
needed them.
by
But
Grand Victor Champion Stoneway's Euchre ROM. out of
there weren't any in the
Winsom's
ring, and I
Murphy
didn't ask them to get them. So.
Champion Winsom's
There's a nice
Murphy
big bitch.
Arrow.
Good size.
I think this is another select bitch here.
Champion
Yes, she is.
Kaleef's Silver Charm.
This is a real
of
stylish
Tabu
bitch, young bitch.
By Best in Show Champion Kismet's Sight for Sore Eyes.
Kaleef,
out of
Champion
Kaleef's
Kaleef Silver
Valley.
Charm of Tabu.
That's more.
And it really got a nice back, very light on her feet, very stylish, a quality animal. I'd like to see a little better forehand on her, but
Champion
there are times when
Kaleef's
she can
Silver
open it up
Charm
pretty well.
of Tabu. Cherobi's Summer Breeze by
Well,
Champion
a while ago you
Sedona's
mentioned
Lucky
size.
Boy out of
What do you think about
Cherobi's
that? Are they
Real
getting
Fenwick.
too big? Would they really go out there and be able to herd?
Well, I think some of our dogs are, that's a good point. I think some of our dogs are getting too large, especially the males. Some of them are quite large. I don't think these bitches are too large. In fact, I like a big bitch
Cherobi's
myself.
Summer Breeze.
I feel that they can really produce that big,
Champion
good
Yarmouth
male that you
Serena
want, which is
Franjo by Select
what
Champion
we all really
Yarmouth
kind of shoot
Elvis
for, or
out of
at least I
Champion
do.
Rebecca of Franjo Decathlon. Champion
Well, at the
Yarmouth
educational
Serena
seminar
of
on
Franjo.
Wednesday night during the National, there was a lot said about movement
Champion
and particularly
DeRay's
the
Runaround
problems
Sioux
of the rear.
by Grand Victor
What
champion
would, what would be your analysis based on just the
out of
specials?
champion DeRay's
Are
Sunshine.
they locked up in the rear? Are they getting
There
better?
are some that are locked. There what we call locked hocks, which is a subject that's been bantered around quite a bit lately.
Champion DeRay's.
There are some that are locked up. Maybe I'm wrong, but I seem to see it more in males than I do in females.
Castlehill, the
But
second
it is a
champion
problem,
T-Hole,
and where they're not following through
out of champion Asgard's Christie,
with that hawk isn't
Ryan
following
Keith.
through at the end of the stride. And I think it's a problem, and I think that it's coming, a great deal of it is coming from overdone rears or too much rear angulation.
Jericho's Char of Castlehill, the second. Champion Darby Dance E.
This is another select
Champion
bitch, an
Jim
interesting bitch.
out of
she's,
Echolands, Fracas.
I see that she's sired by a German import out of an American-bred bitch. And it's kind of a
Champion
nice
Darby
bitch if you look at
Dance
it. Nice back. I noticed that she had a real look of confidence to her.
Champion Mount Maples Bewitched at White Oak by Mismic Sherazan Nelson out of Questwood's Scarlet. Champion Mount Maples Bewitched at White Oak. Champion Pilgrims Shamik by Grand Victor champion Hickory Hills Bull Durham out of Pilgrim's Maiden Voyage. Champion Pilgrims Shamik by Grand Victor champion Hickory Hills Bull Durham out of Pilgrim's Maiden Voyage. Lila von Rhineland's Gold by champion George Ann Zurich.
It's easy to see that among the bitches that did not go select, that there's a lot of very good bitches.
Well, I think the owners
von
appreciate
Rhineland's
your
Gold.
commenting, making that observation, because a lot of people went there with a lot of expectations and spent a lot of money to do it.
Yeah.
Hard
No.
Rock's Escapade by Gorling's Jakarta out of Hard Rock's Bombshell.
Well, just glancing through the catalog, I see more and more dogs are now getting additional titles. And first it was just a championship
Hard
title. Now we
Rock's
see them with
Escapade.
CDs and herding titles and tracking titles. Maybe we're really moving back towards having a total dog again.
Champion
Yeah, I think one thing
Heritage
was
20
with the
Acres Flower
with the
by
champion dogs,
Riverdale
especially the
Desperado
select
out of
dogs and
champion
things,
First
that
Lady of Heritage.
the award of excellence, I think, has triggered a lot of interest in that regard. Plus, there's a lot of interest these days, which I'm glad to see. There's a lot of interest in herding and also agility.
Champion
And
Heritage
so a lot of
20
people,
Acres
to
Flower.
get a performance title on their dog, they go out and do some
Champion
herding
Stonecroft's
and
Viva Las Vegas by
really
select
get into it,
champion
and it's really
Yarmouth
quite
Salvas
enjoyable
out
if
of
the dog works
Stonecroft's
well in that
Obsession.
field. Herding, it takes a lot of training and a lot of work to get a dog to really perform well. Same thing with agility.
Champion Stonecroft's Viva Las Vegas. Champion Amber's
Well, it
Sharon
may be my
by
imagination,
champion
but
Go Home
I
Going
noticed that
Places
each year we
out of
seem to have
champion
more
Amber's
dogs
Lady in Red
becoming members of the
Joelle's.
13 Club, which means they're living past age 12. and they're participating in more events other than conformation.
Yes, well, I'm glad to see that. That's an interesting thing about the 13 Club, is that it shows us that our dogs, or some of them, are living longer, and that's a good indication because, as you know, in the past, we've had some periods where we were losing dogs repeatedly to torsion and bloat, where you'd have a dog entered in the parade of greats at the National, and he didn't show up because he had died, and he died fairly young. And hopefully we're getting past some of that, although we know that we've still got those two items, torsion and bloat, are still haunting us, but not as much as it was in the past. At least that's my observation.
This is a move up. Mine Schatz.
Now this is a nice bitch here. Mine Schatz, Bacall v. Bohem. She was a move up from the classes, and I liked her very much. She was select, and just a very nice compact bitch, good quality.
This is a move up into best of breed. Mine Schatz, Bacall v. Bohem. Lace of Lo-Rou.
This is another young bitch
by Grand Victor champion Carob,
who was also a move up from the classes. She was also Futurity Victrix and best in Futurity at this national.
Move up, Lace of Lo-Rou.
She's quite, as you can see, she's quite a good mover, good front, good follow through in the rear. She doesn't have that maturity, that look that a mature bitch has.
Winner's bitch.
But she's a very promising bitch.
By select
and
champion
not quite 2 years old, actually.
Out of TR's Pandora v. Kenland.
I believe this was the winner's bitch from this show.
V. Kenland.
Another very nice bitch.
Well, here's one of our junior handlers. In fact, she was the girl who won best junior this year.
The veteran bitch.
She's really a good handler.
Scherzar's Fanfare, PT.
You see that dog right there, Fanfare, has a herding title. PT, pre-trial.
Veteran bitch. Champion Scherzar's Fanfare, PT. Conditional class winner, champion Tasman's just-in-time.
And this bitch is from the conditional class, champion Tasman's just-in-time
Chanel of Woodside.
Conditional class being that for dogs that are OFA, normal hips and elbows.
Just-in-time Medeb.
You know, I think that class, we're beginning to see more quality entered in that class than we used to in the past.
Good. I didn't get to see it this year, but I'm glad to hear that.
QED Sword v. Barland, ROM, out of Olympus.
I don't know how the entries were, and I mean, was it a large entry? Do you remember if it was a large entry?
I don't think it was larger than in the past, but it's always a competitive class.
Yeah.
Champion Caroline, Olympus Fire.
I think this year the veterans classes were bigger.
This is the best of breed bitch competition, and all of the animals have had.
I'll tell you, some of those veteran classes, the quality is very deep, very deep.
And champion Carob's Tina of Bihari.
Well, you're giving them a hard look.
Yeah. Well, it took a hard look to find the ones we wanted. There's the bitch that went, Voodoo Lily just pulled out there. She's the one that won Grand Victrix.
Champion
That was that
Scarlet
first
of
group that
Gonfi.
had those nice bitches. There were 4 selects in that first
Champion
group.
Winsome's Murphy
Now,
Baron.
you put these other guys down in
Champion
the
Kaleef
corner,
Silver
and then you
Charm.
kept some over. What was going on there?
Well, I kept them down there to separate the ones that I didn't intend to keep, and there they are leaving the ring. And that was on the first cut.
This is the
And
group
then later I
of
made another
keeps
cut and got them
from the best of
down to
breed
12
bitch
selects.
competition.
And I'm very, very pleased with them. Of course, I was pleased with the total entry, but I just thought the quality of these selects was outstanding. And there goes that
Champion
Victrix again. And she is
Lindenhill,
something
Voodoo
else.
Lily.
The second bitch is a
Champion
beautiful mover
Survival's
right
running
behind
on
her.
air. The first dog is a move-up Lace of Lo-Rou,
There's a
followed by
futurity
the winner's
Victrix.
bitch, TR's Quinella v. Kenlon. These are the final keeps,
Giving a signal
and
there.
there are 12 bitches in the ring. Okay, currently in front, Champion Lindenhill's Voodoo Lily. Champion Survival's running on air. Champion Debonair's Scarlet Letter.
So here's where I
Moving in
started
front.
really placing them.
Champion
I
Lindenhill's
pulled out Voodoo Lily
Lily.
first, and then running on air.
Pulled out in second place, Champion Survival's running on air.
So this is getting down to the
Champion
final place.
Lindenhill's
right there,
Voodoo
other
Lily.
than getting in place. In among those 12, you see those 12 select.
Champion
yeah.
Survival's running on air. Champion Debonair's Scarlet Letter. Champion Kaleef's Silver Charm.
Well, there it is. It's done.
And that's it. Our new grand
Wave of the
victory,
hand.
Champion Lindenhill.
All the selects are.
The magic
Please.
wand. The magic
Yeah.
wand.
Well, we get a chance to watch them in slow motion here for a minute.
Yeah, it's really a good study in shepherd movement, and I really like the fact that you did it in slow motion. See, here's really the movement that I love. It's just so fluid. She's got the follow through. You see how the hawks do follow through. They get this beautiful stride in the front, beautiful back. It's hard to get better and better.
Select
Here's running on air,
2.
another really
Champion
nice bitch.
Survival's running on
second.
air.
And here is
Select
Scarlet
3.
Letter,
Champion Debonair's
third select,
Scarlet Letter.
another beautiful mover.
Select 4. Champion
This is the
Kaleef's
Silver Charm
Silver
bitch.
Charm of Tabu. Champion Carob's
And here's
Tina,
Tina
of
Bihari. Carob's
Select
Tina Bihari.
5.
You see the quality in there, Carmen, of all those bitches, those bitches that you're seeing right up there.
You had a tough job, I'll tell you.
Select
And here's the
Champion
cliche bitch I told you that I'd like
Cliche.
so much since her futurity a couple of years ago. Really, I mean, that's a picture.
With a ground covering, there's no doubt about it.
And here's her sister, Blast from the Past. This is Darby Dan's Eve,
Champion
who
Darby
again
Dan
is a
Eve.
result of a German-American
Select 8.
breeding.
Select 9. Champion Delta.
And this is the Delta
von
bitch.
Almanya. This is a move up.
And here's Lace,
Select
Lace of
10.
Lo-Rou, the young
Lace
bitch,
of
the futurity
Lo-Rou.
winner.
Select 11. Champion Clayfield, Zahara, the Castlehill, HTTC. Also a move up, select 12.
And here's
Mine
the
Shots,
Mine Shots
Bacall,
Bacall v.
Bohem.
Bohem. I like this bitch quite a bit. I think she's really a nice package. She moved up from the classes, which tells me that she finished recently. He pulled away there. We're doing the loose leaf.